Hello students, this is Ms. Walker and welcome to the review tutorial on tax tips and discounts. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is a tax. And a tax is a fee charged by the government on a product, income, or activity. Remember students, no one likes to pay taxes, but everyone is required to do so. And some of the things that our tax money is used to fund is our public schooling. Also, healthcare costs and other things like maintaining the roads that we drive on. What is a discount? A discount is a reduction made from a regular or list price. And everyone loves to receive a discount. That means you save money. Okay? And the most common area where you'll find a discount is when you are shopping. Right? What is a tip? A tip is an optional payment given in addition to a required payment, usually to express appreciation for excellent service. And most people leave tips when they're out at a restaurant or if they receive a haircut that they really like. All right. In order to calculate the tip, tax, and discounts, you just need to follow a few simple steps. Step 1, you're going to change the percent to a decimal, and you do that by dividing the percent by 100. Step 2, you're going to multiply the decimal by the original amount to find the amount of tax, tip, or discount. And then step 3, if you are dealing with tax or if you're dealing with tip, you are going to take the amount that you figured out from step 2 and add it to the original amount. And then in step 4, if you are finding the discount price, instead of adding it because you're saving money, you're going to subtract the discount from the original price. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. The first example is how to calculate the discount. Lisa's buying a new dishwasher. The one she wants has a regular price of $650. This week it's on sale for 30% off. How much will Lisa pay for the dishwasher if she buys it this week? Okay, step 1. You're going to change the percent to a decimal. In order to do this, you're going to divide 30% by 100. And when you do that, it comes out to 0.30. If you're doing this in a calculator, remember you might just see 0.3. The calculator will drop off the insignificant 0. Okay, step 2. You're going to multiply 30% as a decimal by the original price of the dishwasher, which was $650. This will tell you the amount of discount. And when you do that, it came out to $195. Okay? And then for the final step, you're going to take the original amount of the dishwasher, which was $650, and subtract the amount of discount, which was $195, and then you end up with $455, which is the sale price. And like I said, everyone likes receiving a discount because you save money. Okay, in our next example, we're going to calculate the tip. Sean went to the Outback for dinner. His bill came to $18.50. He received excellent service and wanted to leave his waiter a 20% tip. What was his total bill? We're going to repeat step 1 and 2. Step 1, we're going to change the 20% to a decimal. Okay, and when you do this, we're going to divide 20% by 100. And you end up with 0.20. Your calculator might say 0.2. If it does, that's okay. It just dropped off the insignificant 0. Then we're going to take the price of his bill, which was $18.50, and multiply it by 0.20. And that will tell us how much of a tip that Sean will leave, $3.70. And then in order to find out the total amount of his bill plus the tip, we're going to add those two things together. $18.50 plus $3.70 equals $22.20. And in our last and final example, we're going to calculate tax. Jason went to Best Buy and purchased an Xbox 360 for $350. He had to pay a 6% sales tax on the item. How much was Jason's total bill? Step 1, we're going to change 6% to a decimal, so we're going to divide 6 divided by 100, and when we do this, we get 0.06. If you're doing this in your head, please make sure that you have 0.06. 0.6 means 60%. 0.06 is 6%, and that is the most common mistake that students make. Okay, step 2, we're going to take the amount of the Xbox, which was $350, and multiply it by 0.06, and it calculated to be $21, which is how much his tax comes to. And then to find the total price of his bill, we're going to take the original amount of the Xbox, which was $350, plus the sales tax to get $371. Pretty easy. All right, things to remember. Step 1, you're going to change the percent to a decimal. You'll do this by dividing the percent by 100. Step 2, you're going to multiply the decimal by the original amount to find the amount of tax, tip, or discount. And then if you're finding the discounted price, you subtract, because remember, you're saving money. But if you have to find out the tax or tip to find out the total price, you must add. All right, pretty easy. Just remember those 4 steps, and you'll have no problem solving the math problems.